Dear friends, investigators with complaints and concerns, Department of College of Physicians and Surgeons of Ontario, in a couple of hours from now, and today is Thursday, you will be receiving my pretty detailed concern, my pretty detailed inquiry, my pretty detailed complaint, if you wish. And this particular video you will be able to view. So, just briefly, it is unfortunate ongoing ordeal. 11.5 months ago, I came across one particular unprecedented case when unprecedented religious fraud of the century was committed by rabbis and rabbis from Jewish Russian community of Ontario, and one particular gentleman, Nazi collaborator Armin KONN, has been declared second after Abraham, and I started my inquiry understanding that this particular person has been misleading Canadian public for decades, etc., etc. And just few days following starting investigation in May of 2023, I did realize that his son, well-known physician who has been practicing medicine in the province of Ontario for decades, etc., etc., and I did not have any desire start interacting with Dr. George Konn, and he has been practicing medicine in Pickering, Ajax area for decades. So, what can I say? At some point, about 7 months following starting my crusade for justice, I decided to contact Dr. George Konn for the first time, and I did present all my 3 interactions with Dr. George Konn, medical doctor, within my pretty detailed complaint, concern, inquiry, whatever it is called. And I do not have to actually repeat myself. The bottom line, Dr. George Konn, unfortunately, and members of his family, but we are not addressing members of his family today, Dr. George Konn knew for some period of time about his father's past, and unfortunately, he decided to remain silent, and he decided to remain silent even though year after year he was coming across articles, photographs within different publications, Canadian publications, depicting his father standing guard beside different monuments dedicated to real Canadian heroes, etc., etc. And he remained silent for years and years, understanding that his father, despicable, deplorable, shameful Nazi collaborator, has been working with Canadian Royal Air Cadets for decades, sharing his stories endless about him flying different aircrafts at the time when he was military pilot with Soviet forces, and this particular deplorable guy, father of Dr. George Konn, was not even enlisted into the Soviet army. So, friends, again, I would appreciate if you would take your time. If needed, contact me at any time if some additional information would be required, and I am in a possession of an incredible file. And this case not only tragic, it is bizarre, it is hilarious, and as you know probably, unfortunately, my fellow Jew, hilarious Jewish creator Larry David decided to retire otherwise. And you understand what I mean. So, thank you for your attention, folks. And again, within the next couple of hours, my detailed complaint, detailed inquiry, detailed concern will be submitted. And again, it would be in the public interest if you would pay as much attention as you could and this particular ongoing conduct of Dr. George Konn, Canadian-born physician who has been silent for years and years, despite the fact that his father, unfortunately, was not silent during all those years. Rather, and if you proceed with your own Google search, entering Armin KONN Toronto, plenty of info would be available to consume. Thank you for your time, and I feel sorry for Dr. George Konn, for members of his family, but I was silent for almost 11 months, silent in terms I did try to limit myself in terms of not start addressing his conduct, but it is time. Thank you, folks. Thank you.